For 1 year, I traveled around South America to create my best time-lapse video yet. This is how it went down. After traveling around Colombia for a couple of weeks, we're now finally at my first proper time-lapse location. This is Valle del Cora, and is famous for its super tall palm trees, which you can see here in the distance. These palm trees can be up to 60 meters tall and is a national symbol for Colombia.
Valle del Cora can also offer a beautiful jungle, and we spent the day walking around in it.
It was suddenly all misty and rainy, but I'm still trying to get a time-lapse here of these palm trees in the distance, which looks pretty cool. Hoping for a very moody time-lapse. Now we're sitting in the vehicle, waiting to go back into town. We still have a couple more days here in this area, but we are thinking about going back and relax a bit because I'm super not motivated. I was hoping this was going to be a super good place to time-lapse, but it's a little bit difficult because of the weather and because of the palm trees are like swinging back and forth, making it a bit messy. So we're just gonna go down and try to collect some energy and some motivation.
In the next days, I put my mind on other things than time-lapse and explored a bit more of what Colombia has to offer. After weeks in the highlands, we had several days of travel in front of us to reach the north coast.
We finally made it up here to the northern part of Colombia after hours and hours on buses and cars, and it's absolutely beautiful. This is a place I've been wanting to go for a long time, and I've really been looking forward to going here this time to do some time-lapsing. It's absolutely stunning here. We're currently in Cabo de la Vela, a small fishing village, almost at the top of Colombia, almost at the northernmost point of the whole South America actually. And the next week or so we're going to explore this area and see what it can offer.
La Guajira is known as the Wild West of Colombia, and with the desert landscapes and lack of infrastructure, it is a difficult place to time-lapse. We spent some days in Cabo de la Vela and the surrounding area. The landscape was stunning, but I was struggling to find the good time-lapse opportunities. Then I was hit with food poisoning. For days, I was unable to do any work. After several delays, we woke up in the middle of the night to drive through the desert up north to Punta Gallinas. Punta Gallinas is the northernmost point of Colombia and South America, with sand dunes stretching out into the Caribbean Ocean. The area is truly beautiful, but the strong winds and somewhat dangerous surroundings makes time-lapsing here difficult.
So that was a trip up north, which I had very big expectations to. I was hoping to get some really good time lapses there, but totally failed. I don't think I got a single good time lapse in 2 weeks. that's how it is being a time-lapse photographer. Sometimes it's difficult, and I feel like that's been the case for most of Colombia. It's beautiful landscapes everywhere, but it just doesn't work out in time-lapse. Now I have one more chance to get a good time-lapse from Colombia, and that is something called the Tayrona Park. And I don't have too big expectation for Tayrona because it's supposedly a lot of people, a lot of tourists, so getting those really nice shots will be a bit difficult, but let's head to Tayrona and try to nail some time lapses there. So it turns out that the Tayrona National Park is closed for a month, which we just found out. So instead, I'm heading up to what's called Ciudad Perdida, the lost city, kind of the Colombian version of the Machu Picchu. I don't think I'll get any time-lapse opportunities there, but it will be a nice way to end up my Colombian trip.
In the next episode, I visit the Amazon, where I take a 3-day long ferry down the river.